Hi, this is Dreama, and today we are doing a client reading. And as always, I know the name of the client, and they know their name, but I won't be saying it in this video. Now, today's reading is a fairly large reading. It is a 21 card spread, so hopefully I will be able to get all the cards on the camera, but I will be picking them all up one at a time so that everyone can see each card. Just because it's such a large spread, it's going to be really hard to see, I know. We're going to start off with 7 cards in our top row. Okay, got to move them over because, like I said, this is a really large spread. And hopefully the camera angle is good. Okay. This is actually what I call the Romani spread, and it is 21 cards. I'm going to move the camera back just a bit so that, yeah, now we can get them all in at least. Okay. Now, the way this is going to work, it is a past, present, and future reading. So basically what we have is the top row is the past, the center row is the present, and the bottom row is the future. Now, this reading kind of depends how it's going to work out on what is going on right now in the client's life. So I'm going to start with the past. Okay. And we have the 8 of Swords. Now, this card is interesting because I'm not sure if you can see, but this person is blindfolded and they are surrounded by swords, and they're actually tied up also. So what that tells me is in the past, the client has felt a feeling of being trapped and blindfolded, almost as if there was nothing that they could do to change what is going on or what is happening to them. They were very trapped in a situation that just didn't appear to be getting any better. Okay. And next we have the 10 of Rods. Now, this is interesting because the man is holding all these rods. So what that tells me is that this feeling of being trapped and surrounded, almost as if everyone was after them, was a very heavy burden to carry. It was something that weighed heavily on the mind and basically the soul of the client, and something that was a very, very heavy burden, okay? Next, we have the 9 of Cups. Now, this is an interesting card because in comparison to the first 2 cards, this is a very good card. This actually is a card about happiness. It looks like there was a time in the past where things were better, where there were times where you thought that you would become more successful and bad things would stop happening to you. Almost like a glimmer of hope would happen and come upon you. So kind of what I'm getting is a person that has some really bad things happen to them, things that make them feel burdened financially and spiritually and trapped. But yet there was at times glimmers of hope and, you know, of you wanting more and hoping for more in your life. Okay. Next, we have the Moon. Now, this is an interesting card. Not sure how well you can see it, but at the bottom of the card, there are wolves, and they are howling. So what that tells me is that there were times when you felt as though you were howling at the moon as a person, that no one was listening to you, that no matter what you tried, things just didn't get any better. You would talk and talk and talk, and it was almost as if no one was listening. A feeling of utter hopelessness. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. Next, we have the World. Now, this is a circle, okay? So, in respect to that, now remember, this is all in the past. It looks like there was a time in your life where things were, you know, up and down, if that makes sense. things that went around, like the circle. You know, there was things that you wanted major changes in your life. And I think that those major changes in your life are what caused all of this. What caused the feeling of hopelessness, that no one's listening, that there were times when you'd hope things would be better, things when you were burdened, and when you felt trapped. This all comes full circle, okay? So it looks like it's kind of been an up and down past for you at times, but it looks like there's been more bad than good, to be honest with you. Okay. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is an interesting card because it's actually a very good card in comparison to some of the other ones there in the top row. This tells me that the client, that you have what I call a true heart. Basically, that you seek out other people that have true hearts, and that causes you a lot of emotional pain when you don't find people like that. Okay? It also tells me that, you know, you're wanting abundance and a lot of things out of your life. However, because of everything that's happened to the past, this is another card. This, to me, is about hope of contentment and seeking out and trying to make things better for yourself overall. Okay. Lastly, we have the Star. Now, this is an interesting card in respect to the past, because what I am getting from this card is that what you're looking for in your life is something that is bright, okay? However, there's been a lot of loss and things like that that has happened to you. You've lost a lot of things. People, finances, a lot of things because of all this. So even though there are a few glimmers of hope, there's a whole lot of other stuff that's going on in the past that causes you to search for that bright star, okay? All right, now we're going to move to the present, and that's going to be our center row. And we have the Devil. Now, this is an interesting card because the Devil, I'm not sure how well you can see the card, but in the bottom, there are two people that are chained together. So what that tells me is that right now what you're doing is you're searching for a way to break away from this past, to break loose and not feel trapped or burdened, or as if you're talking to the moon. You're looking and searching for a way to break free. That really is what I'm getting, and that is in the present. Okay. And then we have the Five of Rods. Now this is an interesting card. I'm not sure why you can see, but there are all these people, and they are pretty much fighting over these rods. So what that tells me is right now there's a lot of discord and arguments and things like that are going on in your life. A lot of people that are opposed to you. And this is an ongoing battle that you're fighting, okay? We have the Page of Rods. Now, this is an interesting card. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the man is, well, actually it's a boy, and he's shouting, okay? And what I get from this card basically is that at this time, there's a darkness kind of around you. That, you know, you want to hear good things. He's speaking out. You want to hear good things and see things that are going on in your life become much better. But you're kind of in a point where these qualities are few and far between, because there's so many people opposed to you, but there is one out there. Now, they're there now, and they're searching for you to help. That's what I'm getting, because he's yelling at someone. It's almost as if this person is out there and they want you to find them, okay? Okay, next we have the Queen of Swords. Now, this is an interesting card because It's a very bright card, okay? I'm not sure if you can see. It's also a very strong card, okay? It's not at all dark like some of the other ones that is going on right now. And what I'm getting from this card is something different from these. This is a card about strength. And what I'm getting from this card is that there is something going on right now. Some sort of sadness, you know, something almost like a mourning of loss that is going on within you and within your life. And I think it has something to do with this past and wanting to break free. It's almost as if you're mourning the loss of all these things. And it is very overpowering. Like I said, it's a powerful card. Almost like a just complete sadness and sorrow. Okay? All right, now I'm going to move to the next one. And we have the Three of Swords. Now this card is emotional pain, and you're having, what I'm getting is you're having a lot of emotional pain right now. Just from everything that is going on in the past and continues to go on. Because in this first card, I see that you are trying to break free, but you haven't yet broken free of this past. And someone out there is wanting to cause you emotional pain, and a lot of it. Okay? Next, we have the Nine of Rods. Now, this is an interesting card because this person is basically, they are surrounded by these rods. And what I'm getting from this one is that there's a lot of opposition that is going on. There's some people that are really, really opposed to you. And what they want to do is they want to, she's almost pausing, holding this one rod. Pause and cause some sort of delay and drag this misery out as long as they possibly can. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. And next we have the Chariot. Now, this is an interesting card because as it pertains to, we're still talking about the present, the Chariot card is, what's going on now, what I'm getting is that this person that has caused you so much pain, that what you're wanting to do is to get away from them and triumph over them. But first you need to break free, okay? And there may be more than one person, but what you want to do is the Chariot drives away. And this pertains also back to the Devil card, where you're attempting to break free, okay? This, to me, tells me that once you try to do that, to break free from all of this, these people will become actually more angry, okay? More vindictive, if that's even possible. And things will actually kind of escalate once you do break free, okay? All right, now we're going to move to the future. And we have the Seven of Cups. Now, this is an interesting card because I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a lot of cups here. And there's a man, and each cup is filled with something different. You know, each cup has either a dragon or some stars. They're just kind of full of different things. And so what that tells me is that there's going to be some sort of degree of separation, okay, from this that's going on now and that did go on in the past. There will be some sort of separation. And I see that you're going to be trying a lot of new things. And, you know, some of those things will work out and some won't. It's just kind of the nature of the thing because there are 7 different cups with 7 different things in it. So what that tells me is that, you know, each thing that you try, okay, some will become permanent and some will not, but you will not know which one of those they are until you try. Next we have the Hermit. Now this card is about solitude. So what that tells me is that in the future, you will try to alienate yourself, okay, from all of this, and become a very solitude person, a person that really loves the solitude and actually loves being away from all this craziness. Actually, it'll feel really good to you, I'm sure. Okay, next we have the Lovers. Now, this card is it's not about emotional love or physical love. This card to me is about emotional love. What I see is that you will either meet someone or someone will come back into your life that you will form a strong emotional and spiritual connection to. This could be a love interest, or it could be simply a friend or business partner, but whichever, you will have a complete, utter trust in this person, and this person will help you and make your life more complete, okay? Next, we have the Four of Cups. Now, as you can probably see in the card, there is a hand offering a cup to this person. So what that tells me is that there will be an offering to you. Someone will make you an offering to help you out of this situation. And more than likely, it's going to be the person that you are emotionally and spiritually connected with. And they will offer you help. And in this situation, I really think you should probably take it, because all the things that have happened in the past, in order to break free and change things, I would take the help from that person when they offer it, okay? And next we have the Fool. Now, this card, it really isn't what it looks like. What I'm getting from this card as far as the future for the client is that there's going to be a lot of things going on, okay? And a lot of bad things have happened. But I really think that in the end, in the future, there may be a tendency for you to become kind of extravagant, if that makes sense. And that's going to be something that you will need to deal with and at the time. Because after everything that's happened, to become a person who is very extravagant, you need to tread very lightly on that, just so that you don't mess up any of the good things that look like are beginning to happen in the future. Okay? And next we have the Seven of Swords. Now, this card is interesting. As you can see, he's carrying some swords and leaving some behind. Now, what that tells me is that, there's going to be a time in the future, okay, where there's going to be some plans that aren't going to go, just exactly as you wanted. And there may be some things that you will have to leave behind. However, you won't be taking on any more than you can carry. So I see that you're going to get this extravagance under control. But in order to do that, there are going to be some things, and maybe even some people, that you're going to have to leave behind so that you're able to go forward and move forward in a healthy way. Okay? Then last, we have the Five of Cups, but it is upside down. So, I haven't had it, this is the first time in this reading, but I've said in others, whenever a card is in reverse, it's upside down, then it takes on a completely different meaning, okay? And what I'm getting from this card is that there'll be some sort of news or a return of someone into your life, okay? And whoever this person is, when they return into your life, it's going to cause what looks like some problems for you, okay? Almost to the point where, things are just not going to be going really well, okay? They may actually even be someone that has lied to you in the past, And this person will lie to you again. So be watchful of this person that comes back into your life after a long period of time and begins to tell you things, because they're not a truthful person, okay? All right, that does conclude my reading for today. And I would like to thank everyone for joining me. And I do encourage everyone to visit my Etsy or Bonanza store. We do have actually a large selection of potions, perfumes, creams, and things like that. But this will conclude our reading for today. And I'd like to thank everyone for joining me. And I do hope to see you all again.